At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Hope you're enjoying, hopefully, the start of the actual bull run. I know Bitcoin has stolen the show, and I promise you, I've been paying attention for years. It's a smoke and mirror show. All right, Tether prints billions of dollars. They only have 8 to 12% of it in cash backing it. And then it's rinse and repeat. They control all the market makers. And honestly, Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. And once the money starts flowing out of the ETFs into the Hedera ETFs, the XRP ETFs, bye-bye Bitcoin. As soon as something passes it and it's no longer number one, it's not digital gold anymore. And now everyone's going to just be panicking. And I'm telling you, get out of your Bitcoin and put it all into XRP. And if I'm wrong about it, I'll reimburse you. I'm that confident about it. So, guys, ETH is pumping. This is what we needed to see. Bitcoin kind of just doing nothing, falling a little bit, and ETH at 2750 or 2740, wherever it's at right now. That's awesome, fam. But tonight we got a special guest joining us to run it down. The legend himself, the real Mo, is in the building.
Bro, how are you? It's been a while. Thank you for having me on again. I have been watching you and digging your alpha for so long. It's insane. I'm going to try and have a good stream with you, but I'm going to be honest with you. Every time I do stream with you, it's kind of like, I got a little glitter in my eyes, and I'm super excited to be here. So, a little bit of envy here. A little bit of star envy.
Bro, dude, it's not even about that, bro. For me, it's like, I feel like I'm so lucky that I could sit here and spend a week straight researching DeFi and finding all these projects, and just whatever I have to do, just put it on the back burner and just go all in on that and not have to get up and go work a job. And, people have so much stuff going on in their lives that consumes them. And I feel like I'm just like, I'm valueless to the world sitting in front of the computer. So if I'm just sharing all this stuff with myself by not giving it to other people, giving everyone else the best plays that I see, the best projects, the fundamentally best projects that have a future, have sustainability, have a long-term vision, have a good following. Like, there's just certain things that these great projects do that other ones don't. And I want, in a perfect world, people to be able to just tune into the stream. They go to work all week. They come in here, they see the best coins, and they just buy them early, and when it's everything's suppressed early in the cycles, and just hold them. That's it. Like, I watched my friends last cycle that didn't know anything about crypto, because all I did is bug the shit out of them to get in. And finally, they're like, all right, just shut up. Just to shut you up, I'll put money in. And they each put $5,000 in. And both of them had over 300K at the end of the cycle. And they never did anything but buy one time when I told them to. And they're still holding all their coins to this day. None of them sold anything. And this cycle, like, my boy has 19,000 Polygon tokens. So if it goes to $5, there's $100,000. And he bought that for a half of ETH when ETH was $500. And it's like, I've watched the best gains. I've seen people who have done the best. I've seen people get wrecked, and you start to realize, if you can zoom out and play this as a multi-cycle game, a 4 to 8 year plan, it's a retirement package. And just trying to get that through to people, that this just, instant gratification, or let me get this 100x overnight. And these coins now, this culture of we gotta get in and just get out as soon as possible. Like that's so far from where crypto is going right now, with all the things being built for institutional DeFi, where you're going to be able to take your assets and loan them out. You're going to be able to put them in yield farming protocols where there's no impermanent loss. The XRP ledger, what they're building there, they're super decks, there's zero impermanent loss. And it's stuff we've never seen. Flare is building out all kinds of DeFi opportunities for XRP and Bitcoin and Flare. So it's like, bro, there's so many projects that I know are going to be the ones everyone's talking about in 5 years, but they've been so trashed by the mainstream and shit on and laughed at that people really think that they're jokes, and they suck and like they're just these dinosaur coins, and they don't look into it. And it's sad.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I think, I mean, yeah, it's partially that. I think partially, for some reason, this cycle has seen a complete transformation from the idea of HODL into JEET. Get your profit, don't care how low it is, and JEET. Like that is like that's what this cycle is for some reason.
I'll tell you why, bro. It's from Solana. It's because on Solana, nothing was happening. And then Bitcoin was pumping. The rest of the market was dead. And then the meme coin craze happened on Solana. And it was all the influencers, the mainstream, it's what everyone was hyping. And retail, anyone that didn't really know what they were doing, that was new, they went over there and they got rug pulled every single time. They lost all their money. And it ended up being a disaster for 99.9% of people. They got destroyed, and it put a horrible taste in their mouths. And now they have this just PTSD from where if they're holding any coins, once they pump, they have these targets and they're just getting out and they're done. Like once it goes up, I'm out. And like, it's so crazy.
I think it's that, but I think also a lot of people who maybe missed last cycle or maybe got in the last bear market, depending on who you listen to, you've been hearing people just beating the dead horse of take your profits this cycle. Don't miss it. Don't just hold into oblivion. Take your profits, take your profits, take your profits. Like, depending on who you're listening to, if you hear it over and over and over and over, it's like bad advertising. You end up buying the fucking McDonald's. And you're like, why did I buy this? No idea why I bought this. Because you've seen it so many damn commercials, it synced into your head and you actually did it. But I'll tell you what, I feel like we're at a crossroads again between, the sort of the OGs and the new Gs. And, we have this crossroads of people who want to grab every profit they can because for whatever reason, they think that's the way it is. And you have now like these OGs suddenly seeing where this is really potentially going. Like people like you who can see through the clutter and actually sit down and dive into these actual projects and really see where the potential is going. You've been talking about XRP so much. I consider you one of the foremost experts on XRP. Like I legit go to you to listen to it. And it's because of how much time you've put into it and what you can now see that's coming. But anyone else who comes in sees XRP at $2, $2.10, whatever it is right now, and then goes, "Oh, I'm going to buy it and get a nice 25% pop on this," and then leave. That's fine, but it's going to be like the same old story of, before it was maybe someone who bought early and then held and then waited for the moonshot. Now it's just going to be people who see that play and have that conviction and keep accumulating and hold through all the noise and all the bullshit and all of that. And then finally see the promised land when this stuff really becomes beyond mainstream. I mean, it becomes everything. So
exactly,
that's why I'm
bro.
here, because you're one of these dudes.
Bro, that's what I've been focusing on. Like, if you go back to my first streams in 2021, they were about XRP, Sologenics, Hedera, Stellar, and Stronghold, and all these companies that were building out the infrastructure for the new payment system, the new, I'm not gonna say financial system, but a new way to move, a new way banks are moving money around the world. Just instant settlement. It's much faster.
Possible pillars of the financial system in the future. Like,
exactly.
That's huge.
Like they are. They 100% are. Like guys like Smoke right here. Follow him on Twitter. Every single day he's posting real documents about this. So right here, XLM and XRP are the most important pre-mined coins. So here's just an article talking about assets about them. And then he just it's constantly, but that's just showing that one little part. But he's constantly talking right here. A few reasons why BNY Mellon classified Ripple and Stellar as special blockchains. So he goes and sources the actual article where BNY Mellon mentions them. So all these people are just talking about, where's all these partnerships with Ripple? It's all bullshit. It's like, no, they're under NDA, so they can't disclose it. But through certain documents that these guys find, you can find little breadcrumbs and little snippets of stuff. And over the years, you just start putting things together. And it's so obvious to me that how people look at Bitcoin now, in 3, 4, 5 years, that's how the market's going to look at XRP. It's going to be the collateral and the all the market makers that are using Tether. They're all going to start using XRP for liquidity. And there's going to be a major shift. And we're going to start to value cryptos no longer with market cap, because a market cap doesn't work when you have a value or a network that moves money and value across it. It'd be like saying the internet with emails. If emails cost 1 cent every time you sent one and got one, how much is the email market worth? Like, how do you put a number on that? Right. And that's what XRP basically is, with moving money around the world instantly, reducing all this friction, freeing up $27 trillion that is stuck in limbo right now. Because if I wire money to Australia to coexist in Stephen, it takes 5 days to clear. And 5 to 6% fail, and they don't know where the money goes. And it's like, this is so crazy.
And your bank is going to take a massive fee or percentage cut of that. And then the other bank on the other side is going to do one also.
Yep.
Let alone the network itself, the Swift banking network itself will take a fee. Like, so if you're in Wells Fargo and you want to send a fucking wire transfer to someone, across the world, whatever their bank is, you're going to pay a Wells Fargo fee. You're going to pay a Swift banking fee. The bank on the other end, they're going to take a cut out of that too. And it's going to take 5 days if you're lucky. Bro.
Exactly. And bro, like, and people, I tell people, like, the stock market, they're going to start settling the back end of it with XRP, because in 2022, there was I think it was Project Ion came out, where the DTCC right now they use R3 Corda, which is a private blockchain, and they have two options. They can settle in XDC or XRP, and they've publicly stated once there's enough liquidity and volume on the network, they're going to use the XRP ledger. So all the banks that are using these private blockchains, they all have validators on the XRP ledger. And because they all need a third-party neutral intermediary they can trust. So when a bank in Japan sends to Brazil and they need their currencies on the other side, it settles instantly. And this is just the next evolution of it. And in 2023, when the stock market went from T+3 to T+1, so they settled in 3 days, and then they went to 1 day, but they have the option in there to settle at T+0 with a digital asset. And they only listed two, XRP and XLM on there. Or no, I'm sorry, XRP and R3 Corda. So they already stated that once they go to instant settlement, which is coming, they're going to be using those blockchains. But people, bro, they just don't listen. And they're like, well, they've been around forever and they've never done anything. It's like, okay, you go back and lay the XRP chart over Amazon's chart in the early 2000s, you cannot tell the difference. It's identical.
I love that
Ripple
example.
Ripple was born from the government as part of the NSA. If you go back and look where the original patents and IPs were filed in like early 90s. It was Google, PayPal, and Ripple. All three of those companies, the original filings happened the same day from the same IP address. So you're telling me that's not like, if people don't understand how the world works, then you're never going to be successful. It's all about who you know, and everyone in power. Everything is manufactured. It's not organic. None of these there's very few businesses that they started a natural business and they grew and they grew and they grew and they became a powerhouse. At some point, you either have to get bought out or you take the ticket. And people that don't do that, they don't get into the positions of Jeff Bezos and all these guys. Like they're all, even Warren Buffett. People don't understand Berkshire Hathaway. When they saved the day in 2008, they came out of that with a deal. They don't ever have to pay taxes again.
Yeah.
So it's like that's not fair to any other, brokerage house out there, that these guys aren't paying taxes now because Warren Buffett bailed out the banking system, the ones he wanted to bail out. And it's like, bro, it's so crazy to me. So, and like for me, like I today listened to like 3 of Max's videos of his recent ones he's put out, where they're constantly going through new documents that are put out by the BIS, by for MICA legislation, what Quant is doing behind the scenes. And bro, once you start listening to these videos every day, and everything that Max talks about, it's documented, sourced, and cited. It's not like he's just going and Googling something and say, oh, look, see, Google, here's a Google. No, everything is meticulously found. And bro, he's just so good. So after listening to him for 2 years and then listening to people that are smarter than me, it just like you start absorbing it and you put it together with all the stuff that I've learned. And bro, it's just become so obvious that XRP is going to be the next Bitcoin. It's going to go to, I think, $1,000 plus, and you can buy it for $2 right now. So if like you're not going to, if it went to $300-400, would you give a shit if you paid $2, $3, $4? No. And people just can't think for the long term.
You have unleashed my top blasting strategy. Look, it's not top blasting if in 10 years I zoom out.
And bro, that you will never have to sell your XRP. Any guys, all of you here, Camo Joe, I know you got some. Don't ever sell your XRP. That's what 95% of people are going to do. They're going to sell out early and they're going to screw themselves, because I will bet anybody here whatever they want that XRP will be redesignated as a tier 1 asset by the banking system, and it will be good. It will be collateral anywhere. So you could take that and loan against, take it and have plenty of DeFi opportunities and just make 5-6% a year. So if it goes to $100 a coin, if you got 10,000 coins and it goes to $100, you now have $1 million. And now you earn 6-7%. There's $70,000 a year, and you can now live off of that. Or you take a loan against it to go buy something, and hopefully the price keeps appreciating in the meantime.
All right, I got a question for you. This may be super easy. This may not be easy. I don't know. Are you most bullish on XRP long term? Is that your number one, or do you have like a maybe more of a top 5 group where you throw it in there?
I would say that there's like for like the banks are using XRP. So like I know for a fact that it's even wait till people hear that Amazon's going to be using XRP. Like people are going to start the FOMO that's going to start coming. Bank of America already uses it. Like all of the corporations are going to have stable coins, and they're all going to settle on the XRP ledger. It's going to be crazy. So I'm that bullish on XRP because I know what they're doing. Hedera, I'm that bullish on because I know they're going to be the application for all Web3 development. Everyone that wants to build something for supply chain tracking or all the stuff they're doing with drone technology and all the AI stuff, Hedera is built for that. And I know that's where a majority of the building is going to be. But yeah, there's going to be a random blockchain like $300 billion of real estate in New Jersey's tokenizing on Avalanche. You know, so there's always going to be, and I'm sure like that company had a relationship with someone at Avalanche. So that's again, it's all who you know in this world. The best technology is not going to win for, you know, forever.
Hey, that's a really good point, and I have an example of that, and also of what you said, in the sense on, you know, just the idea of like, you know, hey, maybe they know someone, and that's you know why it happened. In my 11-year-old car, I have, you know, a couple of inputs. You know, you got the AM, the FM, I think it's whatever the satellite, XM satellite radio, right? And then it's Bluetooth, and then it has Pandora. And then it has something called Stitcher. Do you know what Stitcher is?
No.
That's exactly my point. Nobody does. But they got a huge contract to get into all those cars on that app. And so, you know, maybe someone went into Stitcher being like, this is the next big thing. And you're like, and yep, nope. So who knows on when you said Avalanche, I was like, really? Avalanche? But then you're like, yeah, who knows? Maybe they just know someone. But that's
what it is.
What's your so can you give me a top 5? And is that
for coins coins that you can buy now and you could forget about and give to your kids? Those are the stuff. These are the opportunities we have in front of our face now. Yes. Okay. And we have the opportunity to buy them. And Stellar is another one, bro. The stuff that they're doing, it's all for all of like business to business payments, peer to peer. Like when we go shopping and scan our QR code, like Stronghold is incredible. The 2 founders branched out of Ripple. The first woman ever hired from Ripple started Stronghold. And that company is an absolute, it's like up 30 something % right now today. Where's SHX? Yeah, only 10 now. Must be dipping, but yeah, it's up 56% in the week, bro. I think this thing's going to $1 plus. Like it's a chosen one, bro. They've been building. So they launched their first stablecoin in 2018, and it was for the public and private. And IBM started using it, and a bunch of other corporations, and it became so popular they axed it for public use and completely stopped talking about it, and it just got ghosted. So they've been using these private networks for the last 5 years. I heard that everything that's going to get rolled out over the next 3 to 5 months was ready in 2020. Just that Ripple was such a threat. They were so far ahead of all the banks that were just not ready for this stuff that they had to get sued. So all the other big players, Citi, Wells, you know, all the institutions, investment banks had to catch up. So that's we actually, all this stuff is ready, bro. And they just been playing people, and people are going to get very, very mad when they realize they've been duped. So, you know, for like a top 5 for like for the long term, my biggest bag is XRP, and then it's Stellar, and then it's Hedera, and then it's Quant, and then Flare.
Okay.
Because Flare is, bro, it's an absolute sleeping giant. And right now, if you buy it, there's still 8 airdrops of the monthly drops, and you get about 4% a month between staking and your airdrops. And they are providing DeFi opportunities and yield for XRP, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Doge, anything without smart contracts. They're also launching a futures commodities market. You're going to be able to pair up gold with all kinds of with stocks, bro. It's going to be crazy. And it's all for like the institutions, but we'll still be able to use it and be able to like nibble off the crumbs. And Axelar here, you know, that's up. I've been talking about that for a year on this channel, saying it's without Axelar, none of this stuff would happen. They're the reason 65 blockchains can talk to each other instantly now. They're the interoperability for all of the different blockchains for XRP and all of them. So that's now shot up huge. That's going to be a big winner. You know, XDC.
What's the ticker for that one? For Axelar?
AXL.
Oh, okay.
Like that's one you can hold for the next 10 years. And those are the ones I try to get people in now, because once the trillions of dollars of stable coins come into this market, I think a lot of them are going to go into like Aave and ETH staking and just DeFi, where they can earn 6-7%, and they'll be like pigs and shit. So I think there's going to be a renaissance in like DeFi 2.0. And even Algorand, bro. Algorand is a very good project. They're now tokenizing a bunch of real estate on there, and that blockchain is quantum resistant. It's super fast, and I own maybe like $3,000 worth in my long-term IRA, just because of what it could be in the future. Like the price it's at now, to put a couple grand into it, for the next 15 years. You only get a couple chances now. And I think after we get a huge run here, this bull run's going to be crazy. And I think we're going to have the biggest blow up of the economy and everything we've ever seen. A .com bubble on steroids. I think they're setting up for that. And I think Bitcoin's going to be the Trojan horse that everyone's starting to overexpose and buy Bitcoin. And I think everyone that's doing that is going to get nailed and burnt. And that's going to be the transition to the new system that gets rolled out. I think that's going to happen like a year or two from now.
It's funny you said that, because literally just today I was thinking about the .com bubble, and I was like, what's it going to be when like the AI craze really rushes out? Like we're just barely in the, like we got we have AI in our names, and as a gimmick and, shit like that. But most of these companies still aren't running anything close to, any even substantial AI. Oh, you called that one right on the dot.
Bro, I got out at 5.8.
But yeah, I wonder how big this bull run is going to be. And I wonder if, sort of once you hit that time of, AI might legitimately be running, almost everything, the sort of the wealthy at the very, very top are going to be the only people who actually invested in this period. And everybody else were the people, taking profits and running. Yeah, bro, this is going to get really wild, really fast.
Bro, I think we're going to go to 10 trillion. And that's when everybody is going to be saying, oh my God, this time is different. This time's different. This time's different. Because if you draw a trend line from, all right, why can't I go back further? From back in the 2017-21 cycle, if you draw a line up there, it basically shows us that we're going to hit right at 10 trillion. And that's when everyone's going to be saying, this time's different. This time's different. Oh my God. And I think, bro, that's when I'm going to be getting out like crazy. And I think we're going to have a complete meltdown. But I don't think certain coins like XRP and even Hedera, who are working with a bunch of governments for CBDCs and tokenization of real world assets, and even stocks, I think are going to get tokenized on Hedera. So I think there's going to be certain projects that don't dip really at all, because they're the ones that are keeping this going and are like the backbone of what's going to be the solution to the problem they're causing.
All right, let me put you on the spot. I did a full rotation out of this next one, and I rotated it into XRP. And I did this quite a while ago when you were really hammering on XRP during the middle of last year, maybe the early part of last year. And I dumped all my Chainlink, every last one of them, for XRP. And I was one of those people that thought Chainlink was going to definitely, work into some sort of, operable system with, the Swift banking network and all that. Did that all just fizzle out? Did XRP take over?
No.
So did I do a bad move, or did I just sort of trade?
No. You made a great move, bro. You made a great move. XRP is going to crush Chainlink.
Okay.
I did the same thing, bro. I think I have like 150 Chainlink in my IRA that I'm just going to hold for the long term, just to see what happens. But bro, Flare is a better oracle. Chainlink relies on third-party data. They outsource their data. It's so Flare brings an oracle on chain where you can get all your information real time on your own network, which is what banks and hedge funds and anyone requires. So Chainlink is going to be used to help Swift, XRP, Chainlink, and I think HBAR or XLM. There's 3 of them that are going to be used to help, upgrade Swift. They're not replacing Swift. They're upgrading the system. That's all, to instant settlement.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So people have this all wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that. That's awesome. That's good to know.
Yeah. And bro, once go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was drinking the Chainlink Kool-Aid for quite a while, and then I started drinking Richard Hart Kool-Aid, and then I just started splitting this up, started going left and right, and then at some point I started watching you, and I was like, let me nuke the last of my Chainlink, and I'm gonna go straight into XRP.
Yeah, bro. And that's once like you understand what is being built out and what the plans are for this stuff and how much money is able to be made, like the ETFs are gonna switch the spot ones in kind. Like the future ETFs, that's what destroyed Bitcoin in 2017. Like as soon as futures got launched. So everything is futures right now. So when the spot ETFs come out, they're going to be in kind. So you'll be able to put Bitcoin in, put ETH in, put XRP in, put HBAR in, and get it out. So there's going to be no more of these assholes that are just shorting the shit out of the one, and then they'll buy the hell out of the ETF and short Bitcoin. But once it's in kind, they have to buy the ETF with that Bitcoin. So it kind of eliminates that.
Yeah.
And that's going to be huge, bro. So that's coming in the next couple weeks here. All the ETFs are going to get approved.
Let's fucking go. I'm always like, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I'm looking at the ETH chart right now, just on the daily. It looks like every day it's like, I'm going to step off the cuck chair. I'm getting back on the cuck chair. I'm stepping off. Yeah. I'm getting back on. So I don't get me wrong. Everything I think is going to happen, I still think is going to happen. But don't get me wrong. It's also like, don't look down. You're like, oh God, I look down. Like, don't think about it going wrong. But every now and then you're like, is it going to be like this forever? It's always going to be in the cuck chair?
I'll tell you when it's gonna break out right here. There's this. Oh shit! I didn't draw it right. Right. Jesus. So if you just catch the bottoms here, right up through here, it's basically the trend line. Once we bust through this, because like it bottomed off this every single time. If I drew it right, it bottomed off this line every single time. So at like right around 3, we got rejected from it twice here. So the third time's the charm. Once we break through this, every time you see we touch it and pop up. We touch it and pop up. Touch it, pop up. And now we came down, touched it, and everyone got faked out here. And that's when ETH broke down. When Banter said it was dead, he's selling everything. And then boom, we came right back, bro. And now we're about to blast off. Once we get to like 3,100-ish, 3,000, it's game time.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
And that means our Titan X babies are going to start to freaking rip.
Don't tease me. It's been too long.
Bro, well, I mean, that's now you start to see, liquidity bonding can be a great thing, or it can actually be handcuff you when you bond to a pair.
I have definitely said that recently is bonding giveth and bonding taketh. It does work both ways, definitely. Look, I'll say this. Titan X in the entire system has perfectly been a leverage on ETH. ETH just did something none of us thought it was going to do. So I'm taking over the stream for a hot minute. He'll be right back. Going to work out some difficulties. But yeah, I think everyone by now thought ETH would be at least at 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. At least last year we all did. And, now it is what it is. And, hopefully now we're finally going to break back into the good stuff. Maybe we'll see an all-time high very soon. And maybe like not Gugod, the degenerate says, then we will hit maybe 8,000 in ETH. Let's fucking go. I know some of us might just take an all-time high at this point.
I had to grab a drink. I was dying.
Be good. Be good.
Oh, yeah, bro. I think he's going to 15K because Bitcoin went from 15 to 115. So what's that? 8x almost, 7.5x. So ETH usually does more. So ETH was down to what? Like, what do we hit here?
Lord, I dare not say.
Well, I'm not counting that in 2022. So we hit 1,400. So we do a 10x from here. That's 14,000, bro. So 15x double Bitcoin. That's 16,000, 15.5 ish. Oh man, bro, it would be absolute fireworks.
I won't say no.
Yeah, me neither.
I would say though, when you're off screen, I was like, this cycle though has been so psychologically brutal for some people. A lot of us would just be like, I will take 5,000. Give me anything at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But you're talking like that. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go,
bro. Just look at Trump accumulating the shit out of it. All of Wall Street's accumulating it. The ETFs are dumping Bitcoin for ETH now. Vitalik got kicked out.
That's my biggest thing. That's my biggest thing is the amount of money at the absolute top that's just buying it hand over fist. Like money at the top doesn't lose money. They don't go into risky trades. Like they go into, I'm running this trade. I'm making this money. I don't think, Donald Trump associated accounts and, all these, BlackRock associated accounts, all these Fidelity associated. There's no way these guys are spending that kind of fucking money to not make money on it. It's going on. Like, come on.
Yeah, bro. And dude, that's all the VC coins out here. They need to get their money back. They need to get retail in here to extract their money back. That's how it works every time. Hey, bro, this is such a good, what happens for everybody. You find a gem and you find it early and the chart looks like shit. No one's heard about it really. No one's talking about it. But you do the research, you find out all the partnerships and connections, and it's like, oh my God, this is just insane. You get all excited and no one cares. And same thing for me, bro. Like I bought 250,000 of them for a couple $100 maybe in like 2022, something like that. And no, I've only added like 100,000 since just because of the price bias. I just can't buy more at over a penny, but I'm glad with my bag for like $300 to get what it's worth, like 4K right now. And we're just getting started. So bro, it's funny how that works. And all those people are going to be getting in because you told them about it. So that's on their watch list. They're going to see it start pumping and they're going to buy in at 5 cents.
No, what they're going to do is they're going to call in 8 months and they're going to go, hey, I bought Bitcoin. You're like, what are you doing? What? You're killing me.
Yeah.
Or I have the thing on like the only thing they'll listen to me is the one thing that you're like, God, I hope they don't listen to me on that one. Hey, I bought a bunch of Zen. That's the one you listen to me on? Thanks. Appreciate you. Hey, depending on where you were and depending on how you played it, you did well. Depending on how late you got to the game, you did not. But is what it is. That's what crypto is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always funny. Your friends only listen to you when it's already done 10 or 100x, and then they go buy Ethereum or something else. You're like, why did you okay. Cool.
Yeah, bro. That's how it is, man. And I feel like on my channel, like I like beat a dead horse because, you know, I'm here every day. I find these projects and I constantly hear what they're building, what's coming next, what new partnerships they have, but they just can't talk about it publicly. And it's like, I don't know how to relay the bullishness and how just great this project is just all around the board. You can buy it and forget about it for a year, 2, 3, however long you want, and come back and you'll be in great shape. It's not like these meme coins or these coins that aren't going to be around where you have to make sure you get out because you can't get stuck holding the bag. And I don't like that mentality.
Homeboy in the chat's like, yeah, you tell everyone about XRP at 44 cents, they start top blasting at $3. I'll tell you what, to what you're saying, you just keep doing what you're doing. Because, I mean, I listened to you and it rubbed off and I totally got that. And I was like, okay, I got what this guy's doing. I totally understand this. And I bought into that as a long-term play. And I've said it many times. Maybe your audience hasn't heard me say it on your stream. But there are 3 people that I associate with the best gains and the best entry points that I've ever made. You're one of these 3. That's it. Like, there are my 3 top alpha guys. You're one of them. Like the placements that I have because of the research that you've done over time, bro. Like, I can't thank you enough. So, you know, when you're like, you feel like you're just shouting into the wind, no one's listening to you. I listen to you, brother, and I got it. So I imagine other people are too. I just think it's sort of like, you know, when you work in a restaurant, you never get any good reviews, but if there's a bad night, there's like 100 bad reviews.
Yeah.
You're like, God, never get a positive review in this fucking place. You know, you do great all the time, but yeah, you're never gonna get the positive review. But if you call one thing wrong, you'll hear about it 50 times on every one of your accounts. Yeah. But no, people are listening, man. I'm positive people have gotten into some very good positions because of
no, I definitely get I get a lot of messages from people that they got into these coins that they saved their portfolio, PTGC, UFO, you know, some of those coins they and even, but do you have H bar yet or no?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Okay.
Because of you at a much lower price. Thank you.
Do you have your SaucerSwap?
I don't. That's the only one I still haven't. No, wait, I do.
Okay.
Because I have it on. I did. I have it on my SaucerSwap. Hang on, this is going to show you how fucking old I am. When I bought the XRP and I bought the H bar, maybe it was just the XRP. I bought it on Coinbase because I had a whole shitload of Ethereum on Coinbase. Or no, it was the link, and I swapped it over. And then at one point, I bought the H bar. I don't know if I bought it on Coinbase or if I just put it in the same wallet. In the beginning, it's all on a separate wallet now, but I did buy SaucerSwap. It's just on a different ledger. I'm at the point now where I have like 8 fucking ledgers.
Dude, you got to download Hashpack wallet. It's the native Hedera wallet. It's great. It's, you know, get your seed phrase, everything, but you take your H bar and stake it, and your SaucerSwap and stake it, and it's liquid staking. So once you stake it, with SaucerSwap, you get the X Sauce coin, and with H bar, you get like the H bar X or whatever. So you stake one time, and then in your wallet, you can just go swap whatever you want. So you never have to go unstake or whatever. You could just sell it, and then it just, you know, takes it out of there. It's awesome.
What was that called?
Hashpack wallet.
Hashpack wallet.
Yep. Okay. I think it's hashpack.app. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You send it in there, and then in the app, there's like a little dApps that you connect the SaucerSwap. You stake your tokens, and then you'll have X Sauce, which is like the reward coin. It's worth like 1.2 sauce or whatever.
Okay.
And I've had mine staked since 2022, and you know, I'm never touching it, bro. Like, obviously, I'm going to take some profits towards the top, but I think Sauce is going to go. It's going to be the number one DEX on Hedera for like forever. I don't see anyone coming and taking them. Like, how it's completely community ran. It's awesome. and there's no complaints, bro. Like everything about it is awesome.
I gotta see. I might I might have to call myself out and say I think I'm mistaken. I think I just have the XRP and the Hedera. I don't
Nice.
think I bought the SaucerSwap. It's on my list though. So
That's all right. Well, it hasn't moved yet. It's still down. So it's I think
but
it
for every reason
launched.
you said, it's on my list.
Yeah. Yep. And you want to get the dexes on each chain, like PulseX on Pulse chain. You want to get, Uniswap. Look how good it's doing now.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I'm gonna take the saucer and then with the Hedera, and I'm gonna put it on the hashback, and that's where I'm gonna liquid stake it. Okay.
Yep. And the H bar, you can stake it like right in the app. Like as soon as you throw it in there, you could just click like stake, and it just does it right there in the app for you automatically.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you know what's the yield like?
SaucerSwap right now, SaucerSwap's like 7%, but it was 38% like a month ago. So there was a month where it was in the mid 30s. So I was getting like 40, 50 coins a day, which, now is nothing, but in 5 years, if this coin's $5, like, dude, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's what I think long-term for this stuff. Like, I'm good. I have my bags this cycle where I'm going to take profit on coins that are going to run hard. And then I have my other coins where I'm willing to stomach the, cycle to cycle short-term noise for what's coming in 5 years, 6 years, when this market is like the stock market and it's super stable and the cycles are gone.
No, hey, look, maybe I got into fart coin way early. I'll take profits, but that doesn't mean that fart coin is going to take me 5 years into the future, but my XRP will. So to what you said,
exactly, bro.
Yeah,
exactly.
Have your winners
That's
for
perfect.
this, but have your long-term shit. Like,
Yes, exactly. You have your fart coin that you're going to sell and take profits. You know it. And then you're going to, whatever. I'll rotate it into some if I need to, keep stable, whatever. But yeah, bro, that's the way you have to do it, because we're never going to have these prices again. Like, this is the last chance. And people have been saying it forever. And XRP's been doing nothing for 7 years. But guys, it's about to change as soon as that stablecoin bill gets rushed through. I really think there's going to be something that happens with Japan in the next couple weeks. They're going to rush the stablecoin bill through, and then that's going to start everything, because I'm starting to hear rumors that Japan, once they sell treasuries because they're screwed, all the other countries are going to jump on board and all dump at the same time to try to crash, America. But it's like $3.2 trillion. But ironically, all of the corporations that have their money transmitter licenses already, like Amazon, like Facebook, like Google, they now can issue their own stable coin. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a massive crisis, and they're going to I think they're going to rush the stable coin bill out, and then allow all these corporations to buy them all up. And now they all have, Amazon has their stable coin, Tesla has their stable coin. Every big business is going to have one, and they're going to incentivize you to hold it with them for, free shipping for life if you hold 5,000 Amazon dollars. And Delta, if you hold 5,000, you get a free flight a year. Like, that's what's going to start coming, bro. It's going to be sick.
Don't talk about airlines. I just went down a conspiracy theory rabbit hole. It made my eyes wide open. I'm like, I want to talk about that. No, I just derailed a stream yesterday. I'm not going to do that today.
About what? Did anything have to do anything with the amount of gas on them?
No, it was about, oh, Lord. Do you really want me to do this?
Oh, yeah. Why not, bro?
It was about who shorted the two airline stocks before, say, September in 2001, right a couple days before. There was a massive amount of shorting that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Only on United and American Airlines.
Yeah. And it came from where?
Well, most of those records are gone because a certain building came down.
Well, no, it was former CIA employee. It was a former CIA directors or people that used to work in the CIA that did that.
Well, they're all connected. Like when you find out that the dude that like bought the site is connected with the Carlyle Group and the money that the Carlyle Group runs, and you're like, wait a minute, what? Wait, this isn't even like 7 degrees of separation. This is like 1 degree of separation. The guy who owns the site, the group that runs his money, runs the money for the guy that knocked him down. Like, how? How is this shit? No. Okay. See, I'm doing it again. You got me to do it. I'm doing it again. I'm derailing another stream. I'm not going to do it.
Yep.
Still though. Wild shit.
Don't wait till you go down the rabbit hole of how's it possible to have that many gallons of fuel. If you go look at how much like 10,000 gallons of fuel is, it's a freaking one of those huge trucks, like 18-wheeler trucks with the tank on it. Think about how big that is. How's that going to fit? Where's that fitting on a plane? Where are you going to fit all that fuel? In the wings? Oh, okay. In the wings, cool, sure.
To get to the Pentagon, you had to do a descending spiral that avoided every obstacle in the world, and he was one of the worst pilots in the training.
Bro, military pilots said they could not make that maneuver in that airplane. They said it's impossible.
It's so bad.
The best pilots in the world could not have done that.
I'm at this point where I'm like, look, and I already know the answer. Just please don't tell me we didn't land on the fucking moon. I know the answer, but just don't tell me. Just let me hold on to that last one.
How can you land on something that's see-through, bro? How can you land on something that's see-through? It's translucent during the day. That means it's not a solid object.
Everything's a lie. I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Yeah.
I feel. Tell me. Be careful what you read. You'll never stop reading.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, get your hash pack, bro. You'll be good with that. And then all the XRP yield opportunities, they'll be coming in the next 2-3 months. It's gonna be crazy. And even Stellar, bro, XLM and Stronghold and Velo. Those are the trinity over there.
Okay, let's backtrack just a second to the liquid staking. For a strategy, how do you recommend people approach that? Do you think they should do a portion, do 50-50, go mostly?
There's no, bro. So, bro, liquid staking, you don't know. There's no difference between you buying the coin and having it in your wallet and liquid staking the coin in your wallet. Once with liquid staking, you stake it once the coins are in your wallet. You can go and swap them on the DEX anytime.
Are there any?
You never have to unstake. No, you never have to unstake.
Well, because like for instance, there's another protocol, and I don't want to call its name out because I don't want it to seem like I'm talking bad about it. But it has like liquid staking. But if you pull out after a certain amount of time, then there's sort of like unstaking penalties and
that's different, bro. So once you hold on, let me get hash pack.
But does it have something similar like that?
No, bro. Nothing, bro. No. So just say this is your wallet right here, right? You have your H bar here. You have your sauce. The second you stake your H bar, you have to add, I think, H bar X or whatever, the token. And then all your H bar, you liquid stake it, it disappears and it turns into H bar X. Your SaucerSwap is in your wallet liquid. You stake it, it's now liquid X sauce, which is the reward coin worth more. The X sauce and the H bar X that are in your wallet, you can go swap anytime for any coin. So it's the same. So now you just have those coins in your wallet and they're constantly earning more. Like there's no difference between holding this sauce that's staked or just regular sauce. Like it's in your wallet, liquid, tradable at any point.
Okay. I appreciate that because a lot of people have, PTSD from any form of staking whatsoever, even if you mention it. So
yeah, no, bro. That's why I kind of nervous about Hex, because when I saw this 2 years ago, and then Flare announced like a year and a half ago, while nothing was going on, they were going to be moving to liquid staking, because there was rumors that the SEC was going to charge ETH with being a security because of the way their staking works. You're giving your coins to someone else for a profit. Well, with liquid staking, those coins stay in your wallet. They don't leave. So with all the XRP yields and all these other coins, they're never going to leave your wallet. So
gotcha.
that it's going to all be next level. You're never going to have to worry about like shitty situations. Oh man, I didn't even realize there was a minimum lockup of 30 days. So if I had to pull it out after 27, I lost 10%. Like that's all gone with liquid staking, bro. That's why I'm so bullish on Hedera, and they have all fixed fees. So you know how much it is for everything. So anyone building on it, they know what they're getting into. If they want to mint NFTs, they want to do whatever, like, you know what the cost is already, versus ETH. Like that cost can, move in 3 minutes.
Right. Okay. But perfect answer.
Yep.
And I may not have been calling myself out on saying people with PTSD on staking.
Yeah, David, you're welcome, bro. Anytime, man. You got any questions, anything to ask? I'm here to truly help. I want all you guys to win, and not the thing that gets me the most is when, for example, when Solana crashed with the FTX debacle, I was on stream saying, buy Solana now at $10, buy it right now. This is going to be the buy of the cycle. And everyone and Sami was calling it Soylana, and fudding it like crazy. So all the Hex and Pulse Chain guys that followed me, like, they were just thinking it's Soylana. So no one really bought it. And I got like 6 messages from people after I sold it at 210, took a 21x and then put it into XRP. I got 6 messages from people saying, bro, I'm so mad. I listened to Sami. I got to be so careful now who I listen to, because just his videos influenced me so much that I ignored you, because I had it in my head. It was a Soylana pump and dump, like SBF scam. And it's so bad out there, bro.
I want to say something, but I don't want to attribute it to anyone. But let me just say this, that in this world, that sometimes the flashiest, most charismatic people out there might be snake oil salesmen. Let's just put it out there that way. Not talking about anyone specific. You figure it out on your own. But I'm just saying, yeah, be careful who you watch. Be careful who you put your trust in. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't charge. I've never charged for anything. I'm so shadow banned and hated by YouTube. They don't even allow us to get super chats, monetized, nothing. But honestly, you know what? It's a blessing, because the videos and ads are so bad now that if you listen to our stream, you're going to get 8 commercials during it. So at least with these, you can listen to it without having a freaking commercial.
A double commercial to start it now half the time.
Oh.
Like, bro, even a live one.
And bro, if you're not, and it knows when your eyes are looking at your phone, if you put it away from you and you're not looking, the commercials come twice as fast.
Yes, bro. Bastards.
Did I ever get into Hedron Icosa? Looks interesting all the way in here. So I was into Hex in the adoption amplifier way early, had millions, and then got that wallet hacked, lost it all, and got an Ampleforth airdrop for like $5,000. And I swapped it all for like 800,000 Hex, and I staked 95% of it and made a ladder out 15 years. And because of that, I was able to mint a lot of Hedron. I'm still minting my Hedron. I have a bunch of Icosa staked, but I don't know. I think Alex has like disappeared for a little while. No one's heard from him. So it all really depends on him. I'm just very nervous about it unless he changes something, because that 10x multiplier for people that got in there early, it's so much hedron, especially for guys that were whales. Like, it's just too much. He needed to do a 2x or something. So there's just so much never-ending sell pressure that he needs to change something. But I wouldn't really buy it. I would not buy it right now. If you don't own it or you don't have hex stakes and you're not getting it for free, don't buy it, bro. There's just too much risk right now, too much uncertainty, and there's way too many better projects on Pulse Chain right now.
Heard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to ask you. You got PDI?
Oh, yeah, bro. I've actually been... so I kind of got... I actually was lucky. I had 1 million of them earlier this year, and Gugod and Chris were like, bro, you got to sell them. Like, everyone's... It's just you're holding it for nothing. So I sold 500,000 of them up at me, I don't know, maybe 2 cents, and I put it into PTGC and UFO. But then they dropped 80%. So yeah, I mean, I have more coins now, so it worked out. And then I got scared and I sold 80% and got out of a couple of the reflection coins. But now I'm starting to think that was the wrong move. So a couple months ago, I bought the PDI printers, and I have like 6 of them, and I've gotten 150,000 since. So I'm just going to keep those and just keep stacking it. So within the next 6 months, if something happens, hopefully I'll have a decent bag back now.
The potential's so wild there that I know so many people, myself included, who no matter how bullish, they're like, yeah, man, this is the lottery ticket. I'm going to hold it no matter what. Let's fucking go. If it pegs, let's fucking go. If it gets close, let's fucking go. And then at one point goes, can't take it anymore. I'm out. And then like 3 weeks later, you're like, what did I do? Why did I do that? What? I said no matter what. Why did I get it back? And now we all reaccumulated it back now. So that's funny because almost same identical story almost.
Yeah, like I left some of my diehard, which is a PDI reflection token. Enki reflects some PDI, so I still had some coming in, but you know it wasn't the 500,000 I was sitting on. But I'm up to like almost 300,000 now, so I'm getting back now. These PDI printers were crazy.
I missed them. I didn't miss them so much as I ended up being on the Ethereum printer, the world's greatest Ethereum printer. And for a hot minute, that was doing really, 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 really good. And I did the magical ripcord pull at the exact moment that it was perfect. And sort of like a bunch of printers at that time on everything else just sort of like dipped. And I was like, ooh, yeah, that's, I think I played my round of printers and I'm out. So, I feel a little bit like I got away with it.
Woo! Let's go. King, bro. Over 4,000 now. King. New all-time high. Almost 400K market cap. Let's go.
Wait, is that right now? Bro, that thing keeps charging.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this ecosystem. They are eating dips and charging higher all the time.
After what happened with Alien X, that lit a fire under Goo. And then the PDI FUD having, all that with liquidity. People got nervous with anything paired to PDI now is screwed, and all the FUD went everywhere. So all his focus went to King, and man, look at the result.
Just getting started. King ecosystem. Let's fucking go. And don't forget, people, King Jr. and Crown are paired with those. So, bonding. Just gonna throw it out there.
Bro, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that ETH chart, bro. We are almost at 2,800 again. I'm telling you, bro. If we wake up tomorrow and we're at like 3K, dude, By the end of the week, we could be easily at 4.
Shirt's optional. Is that what you're saying? That's what Johnny always says. Because if we double, if we do a 2x, shirt's optional, boys. Let's fucking go. Fucking twirling our shirts, coming on half at a bender. I'm gonna show up in Hangover Part 5. You're like, what's going on? You're like, ETH's over 3,000. Ah! That's it. Jesus, what happens if ETH gets to 8,000?
Well, people will go crazy, and I can't wait. I'm going to be on here having party streams. We're all going to be going crazy. Bro, I can't wait. That's the best part of crypto. It's the best time of cycle.
Bro, I want this cycle, someone to hit it so fucking big that they buy a ticket on Blue Origin and live stream from that bitch, like while they're in orbit. not Blue Origin, because they don't go to orbit. I know that. I'm a geek.
Bro, what do you mean? I heard it went all the way out to Uranus.
Oh, is that where it went?
Yeah. So Jeff Bezos told me.
I just think it's the best part about that whole thing is when they pose in front of it, and it's just these 4 women posing in front of a giant penis. It just literally looks like this huge ass fucking penis rocket behind them. You're like, oh my god, that's so fucking hilarious. Tell me he did that on purpose. Please tell me he did that on purpose. It's even better than the missile on what was that movie? The Dictator? No. Is that what it was? With Sacha Baron Cohen?
I never saw it.
It was a pretty funny one.
Yeah, I look at this website a lot, rwa.xyz, and it just starts showing you how much money is now on chain with like stable coins and everything. And bro, it's just growing and growing. Every time I come out here, it's just more and more and more and more. Like, it's so obvious, bro, where this is going. The stable coins and like tokenization, the assets that are being brought on chain. Like, once you tokenize a $300 billion real estate portfolio, it's on the blockchain. It's never coming back off. So once you have billions of dollars of assets on chain, and then you're trading in volume, say whatever, 1% of that. So now you're doing $3 billion a day in volume on the network. Like, we have to revalue them in a different way. And I think that's going to be coming soon, bro. Tim Benjamin, all-time high. Shout out.
I can't even wrap my mind around numbers like that,
Yeah.
Like where we're going and how fast this is going, how fast this keeps accelerating. Bro. I'm just like, how soon before I wake up and it's the movie AI, like just robots running everything everywhere. I used to think never, and now I'm like, ooh, 10 years, 9 years, 8 years, 7, 5. It's coming soon.
Bro, where the next 2 to 3 months are going to be insane. And then I don't know if we keep going the rest of the year. I don't know.
No, I know, because you've been in this so long, you know that there's like these pre-programmed black swan events to capture more money and spread that gap out even more. And so it's like you're always primed, like, well, when's the next one? It's coming.
So that black swan is going to be Japan. And it's going to be once the yen starts going up, and I think oil is going to cause that. So if we see oil start to spike and stuff starts going with Japan, I might scale out of some crypto because that's going to take everything down with it.
I'll tell you something surprising. I've actually been in oil for a long time. Texas oil specifically. That's a wild market, bro. That is a wild fucking market.
Yeah, bro. Yup.
We talk about manipulation in the cryptocurrency markets. Oh, wow. Oil is one of the biggest manipulated industries there is in my opinion.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
So you couldn't pay me $600 to do that WorldCoin thing. I would never do it, bro, because once you give your retinal scans like that, like they're going to be using that in the future. I feel like for everywhere, like when you're out on the streets and the new cameras, or whatever, they'll probably be able to do retinal scans from the cameras, like on the streets and stuff. And bro, I just don't give it away, bro, for $60. Like that's the way they trap people. That's how they're going to start luring people in with stuff. You know, here's a little $60, but they don't tell you the horrifying shit that comes from it down the road. And
bro, Joe Rogan had a joke about that. Where he's like, you're gonna go do your ancestry and me, your 23andMe. Oh yeah, find out about your whole family tree, bro. You're giving the internet your DNA. This is not gonna end well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're giving the internet your retinal scan. Oh, bro, this is not gonna end. I got $60.
Yeah, $60. Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Well, all right, bro. That was good stuff. You got anything else? This going for an hour and 11 minutes. Anything else
Legit.
You got?
I just appreciate you having me on. I'm in the House of Warlords. I'm in the Council of LP. I'm representing BPDI and Kings. So if y'all want to find me, you can go over there. But I just, shout out to you, man. You are an OG in this system, and I've been watching you for a long time. And I'm going to call myself out one more time. I'm one of those people that would watch all the YouTube streams and get all the alpha and not even have the common courtesy to leave a like or a follow. So everyone, please like, please follow, please comment, please let that algorithm hit so we can get this out there more and more, because this man has a lot of alpha. He wants to help a lot of people, and the only way we can is if that algo gets out there. So please help it out and hit it, smash it, beat it around the bush, whatever you got to do.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and then support Mo. Go get a bag of BP dye. It's on base. Even if it's $20, go get a little bag of it. Support the cause.
We got a bunch of PDI homers that are in there, and we love the narrative of PDI. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little bit of rotations here and there into BPDI. I'll tell you what, there won't be any more minting over there. It's a cap supply at 1 billion tokens. And they've actually burned some. So believe it or not, I think they've already burned off almost 2.5 whale positions out of that.
Nice.
So not too bad.
Good stuff.
Nice. But again, I appreciate you having me on, sir.
Yeah, bro. Anytime. It was a pleasure. Always fun. And we'll definitely do it again here. Hopefully another, 2-3 weeks when ETH is at 5-6K.
Yes, let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm going to show up without a shirt.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.